It's time for some hockey as we welcome Christine Williams back to the desk for her last block ever on One-on-One Sports. So let's get it going. We're going to talk about the Olympics because Sochi's coming up pretty soon. Let's start talking about Canada's defensemen. Out of Chris Letang and PK Subban, who's more likely to make the team?
See, both of these guys are really similar. I find this situation really interesting. PK Subban won the Norris Trophy. He beat out Chris Letang for that honor there. They're both definitely offensive-minded defensemen, both very smooth skaters, which will bode well in the international larger ice surface. But here I've got to give the edge to Chris Letang, and here's why. PK Subban only plays, he averages less than a minute per game in shorthanded situations for the Montreal Canadiens. For a defenseman, that's a little weird. That says that a coach doesn't trust him in that situation. And Chris Letang averages just about a minute or 2 minutes per game in shorthanded situation, in addition to playing the power play and at even strength. I think you have to have a player who can play in all situations when you're going into the Olympics for that reason, just because you never know what's going to come up, what you're going to need, but you can't really go wrong with either of these players.
Well, let's move across the border and inside the crease, talk about USA's goaltenders. Who's more likely to make it out of Ryan Miller and Jonathan Quick?
Both of these players are on the bubble for different reasons. Ryan Miller has struggled in past seasons, and Jonathan Quick is right now out with a groin injury, not expected to return until late December. Now, his situation is interesting because the U.S. team is going to announce their roster on January 1st. So I think I have to give the edge to Miller in this situation. He's been playing a lot better this season. He plays in front of a pretty bad team, so to be able to put up the numbers that he has a .918 save percentage right now. I would have to give it to him, the MVP of the last Olympics. But, you know, Jonathan Quick, I would have loved to have said that he would be there. I would love to say that, but considering his injury, it's really hard to say whether he's going to bounce back or whether he's going to have a relapse, and I don't think they can take the risk.
He's a little bit younger, too. He's got some time, if he doesn't make it this year, to make it in the future. Let's move across the Atlantic up to Scandinavia. Talk about Sweden and Finland. Which of those two teams has a better shot at a medal this year?
Both of these teams, I think, have a pretty decent shot. If you didn't know, Finland has medaled in 5 of the last 7 Olympics right now. You probably don't think that. They've done it very quietly. They've never won the big one like Sweden did in 2006, haven't gotten the gold. Finland, I think, is interesting because they have great goaltenders in Tuukka Rask, Antti Niemi, both solid world-class players that you could put in there in any situation. However, up front, I don't think they have a lot. Their best players in Teemu Selanne and Saku Koivu are getting up there in age, and I don't even know if they're going to make the team. So I have to give the edge to Sweden. They have Henrik Lundqvist backstopping them, obviously a great goaltender. And now they've got such great firepower up front. The Sedins, they've got Zetterberg, and right now Alex Steen is playing out of his mind right now, was leading the league in goals. I have to give the edge to Sweden, but I wouldn't be shocked if the goaltending of Finland got them a medal.
Early prediction, who wins it all?
It's really tough to say. You know, you'd love to see Canada do a repeat. The United States obviously came so close last time, but I have to give the edge to the home team. In Russia, I know it's a lot of pressure to be placed on them, but Canada overcame that in 2010. They're playing on their home soil. They have the larger ice surface that a lot of their players are used to. Alex Ovechkin and Evgeny Malkin have found their form, and they're playing at the top of their games. And then you look at the goaltending situation there, too. You've got the Vezina Trophy winner in Sergei Bobrovsky last year, who could be in net. And Semyon Varlamov of Colorado has had a fantastic season.
Yeah, yes.
The only question is whether he's going to be able to play because of his pending legal issues in Colorado. Don't know if he's going to be able to make the trip, and that could be a concern. But Russia has a great team, the home team advantage. I'd love to see that.
Got the home team. Certainly would make the fans in Sochi very, very happy if that happened. We have to step away real quick, but stay with us as Ryan is joined by our NBA experts as they break down the biggest injuries so far this season.